head into NYX because I want to try out their Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. Gonna support the girl Alissa Ashley, who partnered with them to do it. And look who's coming with me. All right.
Hi.
Smile, bitch. Look at Alissa. This is so cute. Congrats, girl. So I'm gonna try it out. Look at all of these undertones and colors. Alright, what shade? Ooh, lots to choose from. Lots to choose from. You know, I'm trying stuff out. Alright guys, so I think I found my shade. This is Espresso, Deep Espresso. So let's see what it looks like. What do you guys think? My shade? I do have an alternative. And that alternative is Chestnut. But Chestnut matches me good, but I don't like that undertone. It looks a little gray. What shade do you think is better? This is Chestnut. No. This is Espresso. And then this one is Chestnut. I don't like the undertone of Chestnut, but I do like the undertone of Espresso. Which one? Which one should I get, guys? Which one? Oh no, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. See, this way, you know?
That was so awkward. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. You on candid camera now? Oh my gosh.
What's up, guys? So I know you just saw me in the NYX store, darn near knocking people down just to try on this NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. So I know this is super old now and you've probably seen a multitude of reviews on it, but as always I still like to give my 2 cents because I am a beauty enthusiast myself, so I love makeup just like you guys. So I feel like I always still just want to try things for myself. So that was my whole purpose of going inside the NYX store, and I'm super hyped that there is a NYX store right here in New York City, finally. Anyway, so I had a lot of fun with Cece in the store checking out the different foundations. Now I can't front, I had a little bit of a difficult time trying to figure out which shade to get, because sometimes with NYX's foundations it's like the shade looks one way in the bottle and as soon as you put it on it looks darker. So initially I had picked up, I think it was the third to the last darkest shade, and at first I was like, you know what, this is my shade. But then as I walked around the store with it, it was like, no, this kind of not your shade. So I decided to get maybe, I want to say like 5 shades ahead of the darkest shade. So I wound up going with Warm Walnut, which is shade 22.5. Now I personally don't necessarily like my foundations warm, although I feel like I do have a warm kind of reddish undertone. I personally like my foundations a little neutral, just because again I don't like to look red. So that's what we are going to be trying out today, is Warm Walnut. Now technically we're not really trying this out. I already have my thoughts about this foundation because I've been using it. I've had this for a while. I've probably had this almost a month now and I've been using it and I've been meaning to do this video. But anyway, so let's get into it because I don't want to ramble. And this is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop primer. This primer was basically sold out in the store that I went to, so I caught the last one. Now I did see a range of reviews on this product and I did see like a lot of people pretty much don't like the primer. I am an oily girl. I don't care what it is, I don't care what I put on. I mean, there are products that really do help control the oil, but I'm an oily girl, so I like for my stuff to be super matte, and I know a lot of people don't like that and you're supposed to have oils in your skin and all of that goodness, but it is not cute when you have beat your face and you put on everything you could to stop that darn oil, and then you get outside and it happens to be warm, or you're in a place and it's super warm, and those oils start to protrude through your skin, through your pores, and you're looking like an oily mess. And my oily is like shiny forehead, shiny chin. Like you could probably see your face in my forehead when my forehead gets oily. So anytime a primer can, you know, just take it back and stop it and prevent it from coming out, I'm here for it. So I know a lot of people do not like this primer, and I get why, because you know what? This primer is very drying. If you have dry skin, this Can't Stop Won't Stop matte primer will not be your friend. And it's also kind of thick, so as you can see, it's a little hard to come out, so I had to squeeze, and it comes out very gross. It comes out like a worm. So I kind of just put it everywhere that I typically get oily. The consistency on this primer is honestly not the greatest. Again, it does not come out smooth. But for me, it just, again, like I said, it takes away the oils. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with the Can't Stop Won't Stop full coverage. So this is full coverage, and it definitely is full coverage. So if anyone who is watching who hasn't tried it yet, this is definitely full coverage. What I'm gonna do is put a little on my hand, squeeze out, and look at that chocolatey goodness. I feel like a pump and a half works pretty good for me. And then I like to just rub my stuff in my hand, on the back of my hand, to warm it up, and then I just start placing it everywhere I want it to go. Alright, so I'm gonna buff it into my skin. We'll see how the brush does, because it applies well with a beauty blender. I can definitely vouch for that. And this dries down fast. Like, you definitely have to work with it quickly because it dries down fast, especially with that primer. So I think this is a pretty good match. This is the Warm Walnut. So I think it definitely is a really good match. Let's buff the other side in and see how this baby looks all together. Had to put the bandana on to hold these edges down. You know when it's time for a perm and you're really stretching it. I feel like your edges are like, girl, you got about 2 more uses of some edge control gel. After that, it's a wrap. Alright, so what do you guys think? I think it's a good match. I like it. Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. I probably could, see, I do this all the time. I probably could have gone a shade lighter. However, I still like this shade because once I highlight, I'm telling you, it's going to be like, oh, you're all together now. So, but yes, I'm looking pretty nice. Yeah, so I like how, again, chocolatey it looks. It's definitely matte. Like, my face feels matte for sure. And I do like the coverage. I do believe that this is full coverage. I feel like it definitely got rid of all of my imperfections. And I do like the finish. So it just looks like a nice, smooth, chocolatey finish. Alright, so when I was thinking about filming this video, I said, you know what? I should probably do a little eyeshadow. So in my local Dwayne Reed, I did find this natural NYX eyeshadow palette. So it has 6 neutral colors in there, which I thought was pretty good. This is definitely a basic everyday palette. I didn't even know they still made brushes like this that come in the palette, because now I feel like they do the little small fake, you know, hair bristle brushes. But who knows, they still make this. Anyway, so now I'm just gonna prime my eyes, and I'm just gonna use the NYX eyeshadow base. This is in the shade Skin Tone. Definitely one of my favorites. This is actually my 2nd jar. I love how it definitely holds your eyeshadow, and it also makes whatever color you use just stand out much more. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with this brown shade right here, and I'm just gonna put that in my crease. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, this is a very pigmented brown. A very pigmented brown. Alright, so now I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit. Can we talk about this brown? Do I need to get closer? Should I get closer to you guys? You want me closer? Or back up? Closer or back up? Look. So I'm also gonna go in with a lighter shadow. All right guys, I'm thinking that I might have picked up the wrong palette because the lighter shades, they're all a little too light and powdery. Oh, might have messed up. Yeah, oh well, maybe this yellow one. Let me see. Oh no, these light shades suck. Look at that. See how patchy that looks? Ugh. All right, so I think I take back what I said, that this was a nice palette for every day. All right, let me find a color. I don't know now, I don't know. All right, so I take back what I said about this palette. These lighter shades, I don't know if I can make them work. Okay, all right. Let me go in with, I'm gonna do this shade since it's the closest to the darkest shade. So let's see what that does. Let's see, let me get my brush nice and good and tap, tappy, and tap, tappy. See what this does. Okay, I'm gonna just put it on the lid. Let me pat first. Oh, okay, that shade looks a little better. Okay, all right, we can make this work. We can make this work. I'm just gonna go in with some black liner on my bottom lid. And this is Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Gel Liner. Urban Decay, I'm convinced, has some of the best gel liners. Like, their liners glide on so smooth. It's just as the name says. And then I'm just gonna take a smudge brush, go back in with that brown, and smudge my bottom lash line. Okay, so I did all of that. So what didn't I do? Oh, highlight. So I do have some NYX concealer. I've never tried any of NYX's concealer, so I got the NYX HD concealer, and this is the shade Cocoa. So I've used this a couple times, and I mean, it's nothing to write home about. It's okay, but I was trying to do like a full face of NYX type of video. And so the lady in the NYX store actually picked out this shade for me. Again, NYX stuff looks one way in the bottle, well, in the tube, and then when you take it out, it looks completely different. It's a very lightweight, almost watery type of concealer. And I'm just gonna put a little bit down. Well, that's not a little bit, that's actually a lot. But anyway, as you can see, right, it's very light. It's very liquidy. So now I'm just gonna go in with my damp beauty blender. Every time I do my every time I do my concealer like this, and when I put powder on, it always makes me think of, I can't think of the guy's name, but he was on RuPaul's Drag Race. It's one of my favorite memes to use, because he has this on with like powder. And it looks like someone annoyed him, and then he just looks at them like, but it looks funny. Anyway, you guys get the point because I just showed you the meme. Alright, so I'm just gonna blend this out. It's pretty decent coverage, right? Pretty decent coverage. But you see what I mean? Like, even if you thought the foundation was a tad too dark, it's like once you highlight, everything just comes together. It just gives you the right shade you were looking for. So I'm gonna set where I highlighted at. And ooh, I didn't realize that was gonna happen. I'm gonna use this NYX Studio setting powder, and I just opened it and it spilled everywhere. So if you see little flurries, that's what that is. But it's a white powder. So I'm gonna use literally a smidget, because this powder will oh gosh, this powder will have you looking ashy. So I try to use, look, the least amount. Yeah, oh boy. Okay, let's close this up. Oh gosh. Alright, that powder just literally choked me. See how white it is? This is a very white powder. Then I sweep it away as quickly as possible, because this thing will definitely have you looking ashy. Just call me Ashy Larry. Alright, so now I'm just gonna set my face with one of my favorite powders, which is Fit For Me. This is in their darker shade 375. This is Java. So I'm gonna use this to set the foundation. When I went into the NYX store, they did not have my shade in any of their setting powders, which was a little sad. And plus, a lot of the setting powders did look a little ashy anyway. I feel like this is looking funny. Do I look weird, guys? I feel like this is not working out. That powder might have messed me up. I feel like I'm looking super ashy. Okay, where's my spray? Alright, I might have messed up, y'all. I never used that powder. But I just thought I would use it for today and I might have messed up. Okay, hopefully this helps it out. Hopefully it restores the chocolateness that I love. Okay, that spray saved me, I think. Okay, that spray saved me. All right, let's keep it going. What was I gonna do next? So let's get some color to my face and let's do a little blush. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my Inglot Blush. Now I wanna keep saying brush. I'm gonna go in with my Inglot Blush and I'm gonna use this berry shade here. Give me a little color. Yes, okay. Oh, that spray helped me out a lot. One of my favorites from Inglot. I need to go back and find out. Okay, did I just OD? I did. I see it. Alright, so now let's do a little highlight. I'm gonna go in with a little Merceir. And I'm gonna highlight these cheekbones. And before I forget, sometimes I forget to put on mascara and I hate it because as you can see, I have non-existent lashes. But let me come closer. Okay, you can see me now, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Better Than Sex mascara. I'm not gonna do lashes today. All right, so that's one coat. Look at that, look at that. Look how this just opened up my eyes, one coat. What I like about this is that when you do more than 2 layers, it really looks like you have on false lashes. Am I lying? Look, layer number 2. Am I lying? Am I lying? All right, so now let's get into this lip. All right, so I have 2 lippies from NYX. So I have this beautiful brown shade, and the cool thing about these lippies are that they're matte, not matte, metallic. So this is actually a lip cream. And this is metallic, and what shade is this called? Does it have a shade? This is called Dubai, or is it from Dubai? No, I think this is called Dubai. All right, look, look, look. Look at this. Swipe. Can you see the glitteriness? You can barely see it. Okay. Wait, wait, wait. Let me show you the red one. The red one you can really see. Well, it's kind of pinkish, and this is called Madrid. So these are metallic lippies, lip creams. Okay, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay, I already see it. I think I want to go with this Madrid. Whoo! All right, so these dry down really fast. Look at that. Ooh, look at that color. Come through, Madrid. I would definitely suggest putting on moisturizer before this. This looks good. Tell me the truth. Let me know in the comment section what you think. So this is metallic lip cream in Madrid. All right, so final thoughts. All right, guys, so final thoughts. Now, I'm totally here for this foundation. It is definitely full coverage. It is definitely matte, and it definitely lasts. I think, did they say it lasts 24 hours? I don't remember. But I can tell you just honestly that I've used this foundation numerous times. I've had this foundation on since probably, I want to say 7 a.m. It is now 6, what time is it? 6:30 p.m. So I think it's held up pretty well. I'm oily like in certain parts, but it was a little humid today and a little warm. but I still feel like the overall look, I have not touched up not one thing. But I feel like it still looks good. You might see a little bit disappearing maybe around my hairline, because that's definitely where I sweat too. And I did take a napkin and like dab because I was a little sweaty there. But I did 4 outfit changes on my photo shoot. I went to the post office today. I even took a little afternoon nap in this foundation. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I definitely really like the color. I felt like the shade worked really well for me. I personally like the primer. I feel like a few reviews kind of didn't like the primer. I personally like everything matte for me, just because I'm oily and I can get a bit sweaty. But yeah, I'm here for this foundation. I really like it, and this actually might be my photo shoot foundation going forward, because it photographed nicely, and as you guys can see, it still looks pretty good. Like, I could definitely use a touch-up. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not that it still looks flawless, but I could definitely use a touch-up. But nonetheless, I think it's pretty good. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think? And it has been really good. I have no complaints about it. I think the consistency is good. The Can't Stop Won't Stop matte primer, I get why people don't like it. So if you see that this has a lot of negative reviews, I feel like people are not lying. I think this may just be a matter of preference. If you have dry skin, you will not like this primer. And if you have dry skin, definitely use a moisturizing primer with this foundation. Now, this little natural palette here, goodbye. I want my money back on that. This little powder right here, it almost messed me up. Did you guys just see? I had to save it with some spraying. Anyway, so the Studio Photogenic powder, it's just too white for me. I think everything came out okay. I feel like I have a little struggle face today. When you agree, I have a little struggle face for this look today. And that's it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you think of the foundation? What did you think of it on me? Also, if you are not following Stylish Curves on Instagram, make sure you follow us on Instagram. And then if you want to check out, you know, plus size fashion, more beauty, make sure you check out stylishcurves.com. Again, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for your support. And if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you watch more than 2 or 3 videos, just become part of the family. Just help this grow. We're at 17 already. 20, here we come. But anyway guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.